and welcome to the Jekyll Hyde Club. Today we have a Safari Werewolf review. Presented as beautiful, well-developed wolfie that Morticia found for me for my birthday. And I like the way he looks. We looked through several werewolves because I'm working with a sort of werewolf character. It's important for me to find the right one, so it wasn't immediately obvious there were several wolves that I had to cancel out because they would look too wicked or too overdeveloped, all kinds of things.
Or too underdeveloped. I think you said some were too thin and pretty and didn't look scary enough.
Yeah, that was maybe a race from the underworld. I expected him to be more brutal because of his history, but strangely he seemed in his wolf form less so. And this one just strikes the right balance. I like the way his ears peek out. I like his muscles where they are considerable and strong but not bulging. I like the fact that his wolf instincts seem to show through, like he has nice teeth, he has a muzzle, he has everything, but he doesn't seem to be directly evil like some other wolves, to me at least.
Yeah, I think the other extreme of the two mellow one was the one from Bram Stoker's Dracula, where it has Vlad in the bat form and the wolf form as a two-pack. And he thought that wolf was just kind of like beyond Vlad evil. I think that's the one that you said just kind of was creepy, like just not...
Yeah, I could see maybe like one of those, like, now I understand why the Vikings believed that an apocalypse could be brought on by a wolf like Fenris.
Yeah, you were thinking that was more of a Fenris type wolf.
Yeah.
I like the bat version where he's shifting into the bat and he's standing on the crate as far as the Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I want to just get the bat by itself without the wolf, and I haven't been able to find it, which is sad because they're kind of expensive and I'm not buying an expensive two-pack when I don't want one of them. But, you know, it's kind of interesting. He doesn't really, I don't think he shifts in the book like that. I think he just goes into mist and then becomes the bat. I don't think it's a man to bat, like, physical shift like they're doing in the movie. But it looks like a cool figure. I think they were trying to make it more like the werewolf humans when the werewolf, when they switch from a human to a wolf. But he's a vampire and he doesn't have to do that. He can just mist and then reform, and it seems a lot less painful and yucky. But they were using it more like a werewolf comparison in the movie, so. But now we found a good wolf that matches Gomez's character. We're writers and we like to try to find like action figures sometimes that symbolize the kind of feeling we're trying to get from a character. So it's sometimes a difficult search and sometimes we have to customize. But this wolf we didn't have to customize. What is it, like a 4 or 5 inch maybe?
Yeah.
And it was only $10 and it's a really nice werewolf representation. Not too psycho-aggressive, not too mellow, you know. And I like the tail. The tail's nicely developed sometimes. I think we saw some werewolves that I think you didn't like this aspect either, Gomez, where they were still like in the human clothes, sort of. Yeah. I guess it's showing mid-shift and it has pants and everything. Like, yeah, I don't know. I like the tail. It's like more developed, like he's already wolfed out.
Yeah, I don't specifically mind on a general principle when it's in the midst transformation. I even have a t-shirt that I reviewed earlier, the werewolf transformation by the mountain, to that effect. But it has to be exactly right. The colors have to match for me so that I can feel his natural instincts at least showing some and balanced out by, if he is in the middle of transformation, by the human side at least.
And we have the Castlevania one, he's in clothes.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe it's just that you didn't like him in general, he happened to be in the clothes, like, because we like our Castlevania werewolf.
Yeah, I like several, but like I said, I am very selective, so I would not also accept anyone just because they have to feel exactly right. I cannot really clearly define my criteria either. It's very interesting.
I know, I have that. I'll look at something and be like, it's not right, and I can't say what's wrong with it. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't have to be wrong not to be right.
Yeah.
It's like, nothing's wrong with it, but it's just not speaking to me for that character or that feel or that ambiance I'm looking for. Like,
yeah, that's exactly it.
Sometimes it's harder to define just why it just isn't. Like,
so I like everything about that wolf. I like his tail too, like Morticia. I like his spine ridges that seem so developed. I like his ears. I like his nose. I like his mouth. I like even the fact his claws show like on the toes. And I like the way his knees bend. Like, I like everything about him.
Yeah, I like the pose a lot.
Yeah.
What big eyes you have. You're so red, Grandma. And it's only $10, and we got him from Amazon, but you can get Safari Unlimited from like their own site, or a lot of sites have them, and they have a lot of neat figures. I think we've reviewed a witch before. They have all kinds of fantasy ones and like some animals, like really good animal replicas and a bunch of other stuff. And they're nice for toys. They're very sturdy, but they're also good for like little figurines that you don't want to break, but you just want to use for a statue. He's not posable, but he just looks so cool. He's in a good pose already.
Yes, I fully concur with it. I think it's one of the most successful werewolves developed.
And we've looked at a lot of werewolf figures that were a lot more expensive that Gomez liked less, so it was nice to be able to find one that was perfect and for a good price. And if it's perfect, it's okay to pay more of a price. It's worth it for one when one is looking for it, but it was just extra nice that it was a decent price. Oh, that rhymed. Unintentionally once again.
Which is the best kind.
I know if I'm trying to rhyme, it doesn't sound as good. Sometimes it's all forced and silly, and it's like, okay, now I can just talk and rhyme without trying, like one of those demons on Buffy or something.
So yeah, I showed you all the way, even the way his claws like curve on the hand, like that's really nice, and his muscles are, yeah, everything.
He's ready to rip into something right now.
Yes.
So you guys definitely check out Safari. They have a lot of neat stuff, and they're very similar to Schleich and Papo, and they all have like kind of similar things but different. So it's good to check them all out. They're all non-posable, kind of hard vinyl, I guess, or plastic or something figures, non-toxic, all that stuff, so that young kids can play with them too. And they're all reasonable prices. They're usually around $10 or something, right? And like,
yeah.
And we have a bunch in our fantasy and Greek type things, and we're going to show those in other hauls later. So definitely, they're all good figures, all reasonable prices. I think unique designs, so check them out.
And until then, try to enjoy the daylight.